In case you guys haven't heard, Texans outside linebacker Duke Ejiofor has torn his ACL. He is out for the year. And this is just tragic news because Duke Ejiofor, even though he wasn't like this household name, the star player that the Texans have to have out there or else they're going to suck, he's not that type of player. But he is definitely a guy who had shown plenty of flashes, but unfortunately, he hasn't been able to see the field. This year a torn ACL, the year before that, was it a torn Achilles? I don't know what it was the year before that. Like, he's always had injury issues. And I think this officially marks the end for Duke Ejiofor in Houston. And unfortunately, it could mark the end of Duke Ejiofor in the NFL. And I mean, you just absolutely hate to see it. Because this guy, like I said, he showed plenty of flashes. But, his career was cut short by injuries. Like, it sucks. Like, you never know how long your career in the NFL is going to last. Like, if Ejiofor could have stayed healthy, he could have been a nice player in the NFL. He could have made, some good money. But, here he is, suffering another injury yet again. He's out for the year, and like I said, his career is definitely in jeopardy. As harsh as that might sound, I think that's the case, man. There's not enough film of him out there for another team to take a chance, and he's been injury plagued. So, yeah, don't be shocked if the Texans cut him and he is out of the NFL. Like, it's very, very unfortunate, and that's why, I always root for the players to get these record-breaking contracts because you never know when your career might end. Like, sometimes, things just happen. Like J.J. Watt, for example. Dude's been hurt 3 out of the last 4 years. Like, you never know when, these injuries will start to pile up. You never know when your body's going to give out on you in the NFL. So, yeah. All-around tragic situation for Duke Ejiofor. And, I knew people were going to start asking me about it, so I went ahead and made a quick little video. And now, what does this mean for the Texans? Well, here's the thing, man. Like, Ejiofor, high potential player. Is he going to affect the Texans? Not really. Maybe just depth-wise, but, just a little bit because, you gotta look at it this way. In front of Duke Ejiofor, there was Whitney Merciless, Jonathan Grenard, Jacob Martin, and Brendan Scarlett. So, he wasn't really going to see the field a whole ton. But still, though, he was a guy who would have been back there in the depth chart. And if something, were to go wrong, we would have had him ready to go. And he would have performed quite well for us. But with this torn ACL, that's kind of out of the question now. And he's about to be put on IR here in a bit, so don't be shocked if the Texans go sign some random undrafted free agent outside linebacker to come in here and take the spot. But, there's still some guys out there, like some veterans, like Jadeveon Clowney, for one, not saying it's going to happen, but, possibility still out there. And there's also some other veterans like a Clay Matthews or a Terrell Suggs. So, yeah, there's other veteran options out there as well. I know Bill O'Brien has already said, this is a veteran's year. So, yeah, I think it's also possible that they go after a veteran. But, I wouldn't expect much, honestly. I wouldn't expect them to, go get Jadeveon Clowney or even Suggs or Matthews. I'm expecting them to go get, a random guy you've probably never heard of. Now, of course, I would prefer Jadeveon Clowney or Clay Matthews or Suggs, but yeah, I don't see the Texans making a splashy move like that at this point. But, a guy can dream. Now, let's talk about something else. I didn't think this next thing I'm going to talk about was like really worth a video in itself, but you know what, I'm just going to throw it in with this news as well since it is recent Texans news, and that is the Texans signing interior defensive lineman P.J. Hall. Now, P.J. Hall, he is an interior defensive lineman, former second round pick by the Raiders from 2018. Now, this guy, he was highly coveted. I mean, obviously, he was a second round pick. He was supposed to be this good player in the NFL. And, you know, he has definitely shown some good flashes of being a good NFL player. He's a very good run stopper. Not much in the pass rush department, but I mean, when you have a guy that provides pressure from the inside, you know, in the interior of the defensive line, like, people just don't cut that guy. You know, like, those guys are hard to find, so they would have just kept him if he was a good pass rusher. But he's not. He's just a run-stopping guy. Now, why did he get cut? Apparently, he has some huge work ethic issues. Like, huge. Apparently, he's shown up out of weight to Raiders camp 2 years in a row. He actually failed his physical from the Vikings because the Raiders had traded him to the Vikings for a 7th round pick, but the dude showed up overweight, so the Vikings failed him, and you know that trade fell through, so the Raiders ended up cutting him. He comes down to Houston, the Texans sign him, they pass his physical, but today, or you know, on Friday, August 14th, depending when you're watching this video, the Texans had their first padded training camp practice, which was open to the media, so O'Brien had an interview. They asked them about P.J. Hall, and Bill O'Brien said, "You're not going to see much of P.J. Hall out there right now. We're working on getting him in shape, getting him, you know, up to speed." So, yeah, those work ethic rumors about P.J. Hall have to be true. If the dude failed his physical with the Vikings because he was overweight, and O'Brien's saying that they got to get him to lose some weight, he pretty much called him fat. He called him a tubby. Yeah, those rumors are true. Now, here's the thing. P.J. Hall, he is from Texas. One of his favorite players is J.J. Watt. Now, P.J. Hall returns to Texas and gets to play next to J.J. Watt. So maybe him coming back home and getting a chance to play with one of his favorite players kind of fixes his work ethic issues. I'm not too sure. I'm just kind of, you know, throwing that out there. But I mean, from what I've heard in training camp, apparently this first day padded practice, Carlos Watkins had a very, very, very good day. So who knows? And this whole training camp thing, now that the training camp is open to the media and they can actually put out stuff for us, I'm going to be talking about some training camp stuff here pretty soon in the upcoming videos. So if you guys have a question about something, I'll probably answer it in a future videos, you know, as long as it's pertaining to training camp, because I did see some things I did like. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. Tragic news with Duke Ejiofor. Really unfortunate. Like, I really wish he could have been out there this season, but he tore his ACL. It sucks, man. But anyways, yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.